Long time no see, Tomica Limited Vintage fans. We have LVN-55B. The B means color blue, I guess. That's not necessarily coinciding with the B, but anyways. Translate says this is a 1972 Nissan Skyline 1800cc GL, and that's what these images are back here. So this is, I guess, a Ken Mary Skyline. Okay. It is licensed by Nissan. That's right, Tomica. Very Japanese companies. They just don't care about English translations at all. For some reason, they feel like maybe Westerners don't buy their models, but they clearly do. They just don't care about English. Anyhow, let's get this out here. Yeah, it's definitely not a Hakosuka. I can't really say it looks like a Ken Mary though either. It's kind of its own looking, own face, it seems. Okay, yeah, really funky, boxy rear end. And then this wood grain pattern on the back is pretty cool. It's different. Strange that it's not anywhere else on the body. Alright, well, to my understanding, TLV actually gets real cars and scans them in their facilities, so they should be pretty realistic. And as you saw, they do roll. They do have suspension as well, if that's your thing. I'll start with this wheel here. It does look like those, the side image for sure. Yeah, it definitely looks very similar to that. And then the white walls are nicely printed, circular. The tires, yeah, they're not totally flat. They're curving in a little bit, so it looks pretty realistic. The blue paint is very nice. Nice metallic, and it's got a pretty nice clear coat on it. This little raised orange turn signal or reflector is nicely printed. The door handle has a recess for the fingers. I don't think this is supposed to be silver, though. I might be mistaken, but I would assume this area should be body colored. And then this has a little bump to it as well, the little lock paint there. This is part of the casting, this black here, and then the window has a little bit of black here for that divider. This thing is raised as well, and it says Skyline Wagon. Okay, very neat. That's a crazy big badge to put on the side of a car. The little fuel filler door has a bump as well. And then again, yeah, a nice paint job here. Alright, we got some silver paint going around for some chrome detail around the windows. Going to the front here, we have a nice texture in the grille, like a hexagonal texture, an S, the Skyline S. Nice clear headlights, and it looks like there's light bulbs back there, these little bumps back there. The silver grille bezel looks pretty well done, just a blank license plate, and then some orange and white paint for the markers there. Maybe this should be black paint in here. I would assume that's like that's the radiator inlet. Yeah, and then there's no mirrors, which is pretty common on a lot of TLVs. And yeah, a little minor problem there, but no big deal. This all looks quite good. Alright, so we have clear taillights, and you can see a little bit of a rectangular thing. Oh, it's raised. Maybe that's the back plate. So it's definitely orange down here, definitely red up top, and then the silver paint separating them also. The little lock here has a bump, the little blank license plate, and then this painted wood grain pattern is interesting, and then wagon. And then black paint here for these, I don't know, this like styling there. They're not really vents, looking at the photos, but some sort of ridges. And then some chrome again running around these windows. Separate chromed plastic bumper. Totally blanked off exhaust tip, not even a dimple. And then TLVs are metal bases. I guess this was originally cast in 2011, so it's pretty old. Unfortunately, they're also always riveted together, so you can't really modify them well or easily, or do wheel swaps or paint the interiors and stuff. Anyways, molded details, leaf suspension, interesting. They don't have treads in the middle, but I'm fine with that. What I like about the brand is these tires don't look like truck tires, right? It's a road car, even though there's a little bit of tread on the side there. it looks like a street tire, so that's good. And then up top we do have some little vent ribbing here, just painted on wiper blades, and yeah, more silver paint around the windows. So let's get a flashlight and look at the interior. Maybe that's too bright. Let's go with 15 lumens. Alright, so we have some brown paint in the dash, some round dials molded in, steering wheel, T-shape, maybe those are horn buttons on the T. Glove box, it looks okay. Tiny little stick shift, if that is a stick shift. The seats have nice cushion grooves there. The door handle also nicely detailed. The door pull, I guess that's kind of an armrest, very shallow though. And then the back seats, yeah, looks just as good. No rear view mirror though. And then this parcel area, I would assume it's just flat in there. Yeah, it's just flat and black. Okay. So, it's an alright interior. I guess, really, you know, it's definitely an old casting. I mean, most brands would have a three-dimensional wiper blades, either casted into the window itself or literally separate pieces. And then it would have been cool, you know, they don't put license plates on. It's just weird. I think they should have some numbers there, or maybe just not have them at all. Okay. Okay, let's look at a few other vans, as the Japanese call them. Which makes you wonder, what do they call vans in Japan? Right? If a station wagon is a van a van? It's kind of weird, right? So this is the Hakosuka van. As you can see, it's got that Hakosuka front end. Some sort of service car. This casting also came, I think, in this livery as a service vehicle, but I missed out on it. Here's another van. Nissan Prairie. This, I believe, is from 1980, the early 80s. Very boxy. And then I think this is also a Kenmeri, but it's just a four-door. This is by the Aoshima Grachan collection. I think this is a 2000 GT. Oh, maybe that's not a Kenmeri then. No, that hood is definitely a Kenmeri. So it's obviously slammed, it's modified. All the Grachan cars have like Liberty Walk treatments. Oh my goodness, that thing is so super low. Granted, I did add lower wheels to it. Yeah, that's crazy. But I guess that's probably somewhat realistic to life. Those Liberty Walk cars are really slammed to the ground. They seem totally impractical to drive. Maybe they're not drivable at all. And in Aoshima, they have no desire to have any indication of wiper blades or even badging, but I still like them. They're just such funky castings, and I like the paint jobs on them. You can look up reviews on all those. Okay, well, yeah, another TLV. Yeah, it's an old casting. I guess that's the nicest way I could put it. It's just compared to, you know, modern brands, they're lacking a lot of details. But I think if they just reduce the price of TLVs, if they're like $15 models, I think that'd actually be fair. But or they need to really, at least maybe with their newer castings, but I haven't bought a newer casting from these guys in a while. And also paint rash, be mindful of that. There's a chance it'll happen with this brand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time. Bye.